For this lesson, we're going to be rewriting log functions into their exponential form. To be successful, we need to be able to identify the bases, rewrite a log to its exponential form, and vice versa, write the exponent in its log form. So first, let's remember what an exponential function looks like. Remember, an exponential function has an exponent. That's why it's called exponent. We have y equals 2 to the x power, where 2 is called our base, and the x is called the exponent. The inverse of the exponential function is the logarithm. Remember when we talked about inverse, we switched the x and the y, and basically your input becomes your output and your output becomes your input. That's the same thing that we're going to do here. Remember, your exponent is your x, so it's also called your input. Now notice what happens when we get the log, or we change it into its log form. So a logarithm is just an exponent that is needed to reach a certain number. For example, if we have x equals log base 2y, 2 is called my base. And the x now represents my output. Remember, it was your input when it's an exponential form. When we get its inverse, it now becomes our output. Now we're going to rewrite the following into its form. Notice how your bases are still called the same. Your b is your base, and your b here is also our base. So when we rewrite it, you want to first identify what your base is. And notice how it's b to the c power. So we're going from b, and then we're going to make the the output is now going to be our input, which is our exponent, and then it's going to be equal to a. So we're going to follow that little pattern with this first example. We have log base 2x is equal to 3, and we're going to be rewriting it from log to exponential form. We start with our base, we identify where our base is, and now we're going to circle around this way. My exponent is the output, and it's equal to this number here, which is x. So log base 2x equals 3 in exponential form is 2 to the third power equals 2x. Let's move on to the next one. This one's in log form also. Identify our base. In this case, our base is x. And it's to the power of the output, which is now my exponent. And then it's going to be equal to 3. Let's move on to the next one. Identify your base. Here we have y. And it's going to be to the power of 1. So 1 will now be my exponent, is equal to x. And here we want to simplify it where we can just put y is equal to x. Go on to the next one, identify the base. We have 3/2 to the power of x is equal to 2. All right, now we're going to be rewriting from exponential to log form. So we're going the other way around. Again, you want to start with your base. My base is 2. Because we're going from exponential to the log form, we have to start with the word log. And notice how my base is now this little sub number here. And we're going to go the same direction. Now the number is going to be 3. That's the next number. And it's going to be equal to my exponent x. Let's go on to the next one. Identify your base. So it's log base of x 6 is equal to 1/5. Let's go on to the next example. Identify your base is 1/4. So we're going to do the log of 1/4 y is equal to x. And the last one, identify your base. So it's the log base 2, 16 is equal to 4. complete the assignment that is attached to the Google Classroom post.